Pierce. The wedding is coming up tomorrow. I'm really nervous about the whole thing, but I'm also looking forward to seeing all of our friends and family very much. I know that this wedding will take a bit more time for us since I'm going to need help with my wheelchair, but the fact that I'm even able to have a wedding like this makes me so grateful.
Oh, is that right? I'm also really looking forward to what happens tomorrow. That's right. During tomorrow's wedding, I'm going to be a little bit late, so you can head in before me if you'd like.
What? Why are you going to be a bit late?
I really want to give you a surprise like no other. I'm sure you'll be shocked out of your pants by it.
We're supposed to be thinking about the guests at our wedding as well, though. So why would you want to focus on surprising me over them?
If I tell you any more about it, there'd be no surprise, right? Just sit back and look forward to what I have in mind for you.
If that's really what you want me to do, then... Pierce, are you at the venue? I can't seem to find you anywhere. The ceremony's about to start. What's going on? Did something happen?
Surprised, aren't you? I'm actually at home. I just opened the safe.
What do you mean you're at home opening the safe? The guests are already here. You do remember our wedding is today, right?
Oh, I know, but here's the thing. I don't plan on getting married.
What?
I was just with you for the money, wheelchair girl. I've taken care of you, so this cash is mine now. I mean, you're nothing but a burden, so it's only fair I take the money, don't you think? And besides, it's not like you earned it yourself anyway. A disabled person like you? No way you could earn anything. You're just a leech.
What are you talking about? Come back right now, and don't touch that money. It's...
Your grandparents' inheritance, right? I know all about it. You got all that money from them, and yet you still kept me on a measly allowance? That's ridiculous. You made me feel trapped, never able to spend a dime without your approval. Well, guess what? The only reason I got engaged to a girl in a wheelchair was for that $700,000 sitting in your safe. Now that I've got it, I don't need you anymore. Good luck with your little ceremony. You could do it alone.
Mac, Pierce was able to get that checkbook out of my safe at my place and ran off with it.
What? Alyssa? I was wondering why nothing was happening with the wedding yet. This is all because of that jackass? He's actually gone and ran away from you and the wedding?
Yes. Just like you were saying he would before.
Alyssa, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of trouble with you having to cancel the wedding now, but if there's anything I can help with, let me know. Where are you at right now? If it's all right with you, can I come meet you?
Please and thank you, Mac. I'm really glad I had you by my side, Mac. I don't know what I would have done without you today.
No need to thank me, Alyssa. I know how tough it must have been to explain everything to the guests, especially after everything fell apart, and then you had to deal with the police, too.
Yeah, it was exhausting. All those formalities, and of course my family was beyond furious. It was chaos. If you hadn't been there, I honestly don't know how I could have handled it all.
I figured a calm, neutral third party was exactly what was needed to help sort things out. I'm just glad the situation didn't spiral further out of control.
You were incredibly prepared for everything, even though deep down I suspected something like this might happen. I never wanted it to end this way. Pierce, how could he do this to me? I trusted him.
Alyssa, I really tried to change him, I swear. But there's no changing someone like him. I'm sorry. Pierce has always been the same rotten person, no matter how hard we hoped he'd be different. He crossed a line that no one should cross, and I hate that it ended this way too.
Mac, you don't need to apologize. If anything, I should be the one apologizing. I should have made the decision to walk away sooner. Maybe then I wouldn't be hurting so much now.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Look, the three of us, me, you, and Pierce, we grew up together. We were practically family. It's only natural that you held on to hope that he'd eventually change. But instead of being grateful for that kindness, he betrayed both of us. Alyssa, do you remember the day you lost the use of your legs?
Of course I remember. How could I forget? That day at the river when I nearly drowned, and the injuries that put me in this wheelchair?
And the promise I made you that day. You've honored it all this time, and I'm so sorry for making you bear the weight of it. You shouldn't have had to go through this.
To wait until we knew for sure if Pierce pushed me intentionally before seeking revenge, that's what you made me promise, right? But I didn't feel like I was just waiting all this time.
What do you mean?
If it weren't for you, Mac, I would have spent all these years filled with hatred for Pierce, consumed by it. You gave me the space and time to believe, at least for a while, that maybe it was an accident. Without you, I probably would have wasted my entire life trapped in bitterness. You helped me find peace within myself when I thought it was impossible. That's why I'm so grateful to you.
Alyssa.
But now all my feelings for him are gone. Every last bit of compassion, every shred of hope, it's all dead. He didn't just betray me, Mac, he betrayed you too. And I'm done. I'll never forgive him for what he's done. He ruined my life, and now I'm going to make sure he pays for it.
Alyssa, what are you thinking?
I'm going to drag him down to the depths of hell, and this time it won't just be Pierce deceiving everyone by hiding his true self. He's not the only one who's been keeping secrets.
Wait. Alyssa, what are you planning to do?
What I should have done a long time ago. Pierce is going to realize that I am not the naive, helpless girl he thinks I am. He wanted to play with fire? Fine, let him burn. He'll learn the hard way that crossing me was the biggest mistake of his life.
Alyssa, please, don't do anything rash.
It's too late for that, Mac. He deserves everything that's coming to him. And trust me, it's going to be a lot worse than he could ever imagine. This is my revenge now, and I am not holding back anymore. Where are you right now, Pierce? The wedding is already canceled now, so what the hell were you thinking?
Jeez, hysterical women are terrifying. I guess you've got all that pent-up energy because you can't move your legs, huh? Why don't you roll after me in that wheelchair of yours, huh? Oh, but wait, I'm already on the bullet train. Good luck catching me.
You're trying to run away?
Of course! And honestly, disabled people in wheelchairs are such a burden. I've put up with you this whole time, but you've been so annoying. There were so many times I wanted to push you off the platform at the station.
Do you even remember why I'm in this wheelchair? It's your fault.
Huh? Not my problem. You're the one who clumsily fell into the river all on your own. How is that my fault?
Now I see it clearly. You haven't changed at all. You've been a piece of garbage from the very start. Thanks to you, whatever love I had left is completely gone.
I never had any feelings for you from the beginning, though. You were just an annoying childhood friend. It was always a pain being lumped together with you.
I understand now. Thank you for showing me your true colors. You've completely erased any sympathy I had for you. I'm done playing nice. For the sake of anyone else who might fall victim to you, I'll make sure you're ruined. Get ready. I'm going to destroy you.
You're such an idiot. Filing a police report is pointless. Don't you know? The police won't get involved in civil matters. They won't stick their noses into what they think is a marriage problem. Seriously, you've always been pretty dim, haven't you? Maybe that's why you ended up in a wheelchair.
It's amusing how cocky you are for a criminal on the run.
Nah, I'm just pitying how stupid you are. It's sad, really. But even though you're probably sending all the nutrients from your lower body up to your brain, it looks like they're not doing you much good. Maybe you got a mental disability too, huh? Anyway, nice try, but all your efforts are for nothing.
Oh, don't worry. That money you stole, it wasn't mine.
Huh?
Yeah, the money you took from the safe wasn't mine. It was Mac's. We set you up.
What? You and Mac set me up? What are you talking about? This makes no sense.
Mac figured you out a long time ago. He warned me. Told me you were only with me to get your hands on the insurance money and my grandparents' inheritance. He could tell your motives weren't pure.
What?
But you know, we were childhood friends. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you'd betray me like that. Even so, I couldn't just ignore Mac's warning. So, I thought about it over and over. Finally, I decided to test you.
Test me? What kind of test are you talking about?
I told you about the money in the safe to see how you'd react. And you proved it, didn't you? You stole the money, bailed on the wedding, and ran off. I'm disappointed. If you'd just gone through with the wedding, I would have forgiven everything. But instead, you betrayed us.
You've got to be kidding me. I don't give a damn about your feelings. Tell me why Mac's money was in your safe. That's all I care about right now.
We swapped the money at the last minute. What you took wasn't cash. It was Mac's account information. He's the one who filed the police report, not me. So no, you're wrong about that too. The report was accepted and now you're going to be arrested for theft. You didn't even take the time to check the name on what you stole, did you? Well, don't worry, you can check it now if you like.
God damn it, you guys played me!
You just assumed that you had all that money of mine, didn't you? Even though that's Mac's?
Why the hell is Mac siding with you right now?
Didn't he always tell you not to be such a jerk when it came to the friends we were? And also to not be such an idiot when it came to things like that job you got fired from for being so violent there. He wasn't trying to spoil you by not leaving you or anything. Rather, he really wanted to change you into a better person. But the outcome of all his time spent on you is this. That's why neither him or I are going to help you anymore, and we'll make sure you pay for what you've done to me. Whatever happens next is what you've had coming this whole time.
So you both played me like a damn fiddle! That's disgusting! Especially for some low-life cripple like you! Sorry for getting so fired up and angry with you yesterday. Thank God I took off the moment I realized you told the police about me. And as for Mac's money, it's gonna stay mine now. I'm gonna withdraw all of this money right now and then head overseas so you guys can't ever find me.
You're really in a good mood, huh? If you have all of that energy right now, perhaps take a moment to think your situation through a bit more.
Huh?
There's no money for you to actually withdraw from Mac's account. We already made sure to move it all.
What?
You thought we'd just leave it for you? If you don't believe what I'm saying, go and give it a try at the nearest ATM to you. That's only if you can access the thing in the first place.
Why can't I withdraw my money? What the hell did you do with my funds?
I filed for damages and began the process of asset seizure. You're a criminal now, and criminals don't need money, do they?
Asset seizure can't happen that quickly. You had this all planned from the start, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did.
What?
I've been preparing for this since... No, it actually started when my legs stopped working. I can't forget that day from a year ago. That day we went camping together, all three of us, right? You got upset and ran off, and I went after you.
I wasn't lurking. You made me uncomfortable with your snide remarks.
You were skipping work, causing problems, and didn't even care. When I tried to point it out, you got defensive. I kept telling you that the river was dangerous, but you wouldn't listen. Before I knew it, I fell into the river and ended up paralyzed because of the injuries I sustained that day. You pushed me, didn't you?
What? You must be confused from the shock of the accident. Why would you blame me?
The place where I fell had a fence. There was no way I could have just stumbled into the water without someone pushing me.
So you stumbled, right? You've always been clumsy.
Even if I had stumbled, why didn't you try to help me?
Huh?
Mac was the one who saved me. He jumped into the river and got soaked while trying to pull me out. You weren't even there, and after that, you didn't visit me at all. You suddenly became cold and distant. It's strange not to be suspicious under those circumstances.
Do you have any evidence for that?
What?
This is why you're an idiot. You can't just accuse someone without proof. That's defamation. Don't try to pin this on me with your fantasies. You became disabled because you're not smart enough.
Someone saw you running away from the scene.
What?
Mac told me. When I heard that, it all made sense. I started to hold a grudge against you. Honestly, I'd love to erase you from this world right now.
Then why didn't you do anything sooner?
Because Mac stopped me. He said there's a chance he panicked and ran away, and you didn't actually see him push you. Wait until you find out if he's really the kind of scumbag who would push someone. After all, we grew up together as childhood friends. I didn't want to believe he could do that without a reason. So I decided to calm my anger for the time being.
You should keep it that way. It's pathetic to bring up the past.
This isn't about the past. It's about what's happening now. You were so nice to me the moment you heard about the insurance payout and the inheritance from my grandparents. When someone suddenly becomes that kind, it raises a lot of suspicion. And when you asked me where I'd put a large sum of money, even a fool would start to doubt. And you walked right into that trap.
Damn it! You had this all planned out from the start, didn't you? So you didn't love me at all? What a waste!
You didn't love me either from the beginning. Don't act innocent. I'll make sure you pay the damages for the broken engagement and the cancellation fee for the wedding. Someone like you, a criminal, should do everything in your power to stay behind bars for the rest of your life. So be prepared for that.
This is ridiculous! If I'd known it would come to this, I should have just let you drown back then! What you're doing is a scam to set me up! I was led to steal by both of you, so you're the ones who were truly guilty! I'm not at fault here!
You think you can twist the truth like that? You really are delusional. You made choices, Drew. Your actions led you here, and you can't blame anyone else for your predicament. It's time to face the consequences of what you did.
What consequences? You think you could just bully me with threats? You think I'm scared of you? I'll show you what real fear looks like.
Oh, please, you're the one who should be terrified. You've crossed the line, and now you have to pay for your sins. I won't let you get away with this. You have hurt me and manipulated me for too long. I won't stand for it anymore.
Manipulated? You're the one who's been playing games, Alyssa. Always acting like you're the victim when you're the one who turned everyone against me. You never even considered my side of the story.
Your side? You think I'm interested in hearing your pathetic excuses? You've made your bed, Drew. Now lie in it. The truth is out, and the world will know exactly what kind of person you are. I am done playing nice, and I'm done with you.
You think you can ruin my life? You'll regret this. I'll fight back with everything I have.
Fight back? With what? The lies and deception that have brought you to this point? You can't win against the truth, Drew. You are nothing without your manipulations, and everyone can see through you now. Just know this, your time is running out.
You don't scare me! You're just a weak girl in a wheelchair, and I'm still stronger than you!
Stronger? Strength isn't just about physical ability, Drew. It's about having the courage to face the consequences of your actions. You've been hiding behind your lies for far too long. It's time to face the music. No matter how hard you try to run, the truth will always catch up with you.
You think this is over? You have no idea what I'm capable of!
Oh, I know exactly what you're capable of. Manipulation, deceit, and cowardice. You're the one who should be worried, Drew. I'm not backing down, and I will expose everything you've done. You will pay for your actions, and I will make sure of it.
Hey, Mac, you really set me up, didn't you? But since we go way back, I'll let this slide just this once. So how about you help me out? You suddenly reach out to me like this? There's no way I'm gonna help you with that. I'll give that useless girl to you then. Just help me escape the country. What are you talking about? Come on, I know you had feelings for that baggage. It's true, isn't it? You really think this is okay? You think it's fine to just leave her behind? You took her for granted, didn't you? Yeah, I feel a little bad about taking her from you, but that's all the more reason for you to help me out. I mean, after I run away, I'll make sure she's completely done for. She'll be nothing but a broken rag doll. But until then, you can do whatever you want with her. Are you out of your mind, you heartless jerk? What? Sure, Alyssa had lower grades than us, but that was because her parents were busy taking care of her grandparents. They had a lot on their plate, and you knew that. I've always hated how you looked down on Alyssa. Why are you getting so worked up? Getting worked up? This isn't just anger, it's beyond that. The reason I tried to help you change, the reason I tried to keep things friendly was that I didn't want Alyssa to be sad. I didn't want her to get hurt because of you. Who do you think you are to tell me that? You think I care? If you don't want my help, then you're useless to me. I can get away on my own. Go ahead and try, but I have a pretty good idea of where you're headed. What are you talking about? Alyssa told me you tried to withdraw money from the ATM, right? The police are already on to you. You really think you can get away from this? You think you can intimidate me? Just because you set this whole thing up doesn't mean you'll succeed. You're too naive, Mac. You don't realize how serious this is. Oh, I'm fully aware. I know exactly who you are and what you've done. Yeah, whatever. You'll see. Just remember, when I'm out of this mess, I'll come back and make sure both of you regret this. Good luck with that. You're gonna need it. You can't run from your past forever, and one day you'll have to face the consequences of your actions. Help me, Mac! You're the only one I can rely on right now! Oh, Pierce. I'm relieved to hear you're okay. I heard that the boat you were planning to use for your escape sank. Wow, you are quick to understand. That's exactly right. I've become paralyzed from the waist down and can't move my body at all. It's because you didn't cooperate with me that I ended up on that boat, and now I'm in this terrible condition, so you have to help me. Do you even have a clue about how Alyssa feels right now? Huh? I told you that I have no intention of showing any mercy to you. Alyssa mentioned that once you become paralyzed, you often need support, and sometimes you have to hire someone to help you with that. But you don't have any money for that, so I guess you'll just have to figure things out on your own. We've known each other for a long time. We're supposed to be friends. Come on, please help me out. I don't want to go into debt, and I promise I'll pay you back. I'll return your bank book. Honestly, I think it'd be better for you to lose everything. I don't need you anymore. See you later, you worthless loser. You're on your own from here on out. Wait, Mac! You can't just leave me like this! I'm begging you! I need someone I can trust! Trust? After everything that's happened, you think I'd risk my own neck for you? You've betrayed the people who cared for you! I made mistakes, but I'm asking you for a chance to make things right! I didn't mean for any of this to happen! Well, you should have thought about that before you made your choices. Now you're facing the consequences, and I won't be your safety net. Yeah, but what about our friendship? We've always been there for each other. Not anymore. You've shown me your true colors, and it's not something I can overlook. You brought this on yourself. Come on, Mac. Don't do this. I'm in a really bad situation here. And whose fault is that? You put yourself in this mess. You can't expect me to fix it for you now. Please, I really have no one else. Just help me out this one time. No, Pierce, I'm done. Figure it out yourself. You're gonna have to learn the hard way.
Mac, I have some news. Pierce has been arrested.
What? Are you serious? How did that happen?
They managed to freeze his assets, so I was able to demand payment for the damages and the cancellation fees for the wedding. It feels like we've finally wrapped this whole nightmare up.
Wow, good job, Alyssa. I can't believe it actually worked out like that.
Even though I've taken my revenge, I know it won't bring my legs back to how they were before. Still, a small part of my lingering regrets feels a bit lighter. It's hard to think that the childhood friend I trusted the most would betray me like that. It's making me feel like I might never be able to trust anyone again.
You can trust me. I promise I won't betray you.
I know. I'm sorry, Mac. I realized that you've had feelings for me all along.
Well, I guess it's not exactly a secret, huh?
I was such a fool not seeing Pierce's true nature until he pushed me into the river. And now, being in this wheelchair makes it incredibly hard for anyone to want to be with me. So please try to forget about me and find someone wonderful to be with.
I'll wait for you no matter how long it takes.
What are you saying?
Seriously, how many years do you think I've been in love with you? I'm not giving up that easily.
Mac.
Just reach out to me again once you've sorted through your feelings. I'll be right here waiting for you. You don't have to force yourself to reply right away. Just treat me as your childhood friend for now.
Thank you. I shouldn't keep relying on your kindness. It's not fair to you. Mac, it's been so long. I'm sorry for contacting you out of the blue.
Alyssa! Wow, it's really you. What's going on? You sound different.
Actually, I had surgery overseas. I hope you're not too shocked.
Wait, surgery? Is everything okay? What kind of surgery?
It was a major surgery, and I was terrified, but I wanted to change so I could stand proudly next to you again. Right now, I'm in the middle of my rehabilitation.
Alyssa, that's amazing! I can't believe it. You're doing so well.
I really wanted to surprise you by being able to walk again right away, but I felt it was important to let you know first. You know, I never got the chance to walk down the aisle at my wedding, right? I want to walk with you down that aisle someday, and I'm going to work hard to make that happen.
It would be an honor to support you by your side. When are you coming back to America? Please tell me as soon as you're back. I'll come pick you up.
I need to make sure I can at least walk a little before then. I really appreciate it, Mac. Thank you for being so supportive.
Of course! I've always wanted to be there for you, no matter what. Just let me know when you're back.
Promise me something, Mac.
What is it?
Promise me that you won't let my past affect our future. I want to move forward without any regrets.
I promise, Alyssa, the past is behind us. I'm here for you, ready to face whatever comes next, together.
Thank you, Mac. You have no idea how much that means to me.
Let's make new memories. I can't wait to see you back home.
Me too. I'm going to give it my all during rehab. I want to walk again, not just for me, but for us.
Absolutely. We'll celebrate your first steps together, and it's going to be unforgettable.
Let's do it, Mac. Together. Pierce was released from prison, but he returned with a life-changing condition. He was paralyzed from the waist down. The harsh reality of his situation struck him as soon as he stepped out of the prison gates. The world outside had changed, yet he felt trapped in his own body. The struggle began the moment he realized he had no means of supporting himself. He lacked the financial resources to hire assistants or even secure a job. It was a daunting challenge for someone who had just regained his freedom. Despite his determination to start anew, the absence of opportunity weighed heavily on him. Pierce found himself isolated, grappling with the frustration and despair of being dependent on others in a society that often overlooks those with disabilities. He wandered the streets, seeking a glimmer of hope or a chance to prove himself, but each door he knocked on remained firmly shut. As days turned into weeks, the pressure of living without financial support became unbearable. With no other options, he succumbed to his circumstances and, in a moment of desperation, committed an offense that would lead him back behind bars. It was a heartbreaking cycle, one that he had hoped to escape, but ultimately couldn't. On the other hand, I was on a different path. After my own struggles and setbacks, I had worked hard in rehabilitation and could finally walk with the help of a cane. Every step I took felt like a small victory, a testament to my perseverance and the countless hours spent in therapy. My goal was clear. I wanted to be able to walk beside Mac on our wedding day. That vision fueled my efforts. The thought of standing next to him, dressed in a beautiful gown and looking him in the eyes as we exchanged vows, kept me motivated. Even if my progress was slow, I was determined to make it happen. Each time I practiced walking, I could picture the scene vividly, the soft music playing, our friends and family gathered around us, and the joy radiating from both of us. It was a future I yearned for, a life filled with love and companionship. My rehabilitation sessions were challenging, but rewarding. The therapists were supportive, and they tailored the exercises to my specific needs. With each passing day, I felt stronger, more capable, and more determined to overcome my limitations. The initial pain and discomfort transformed into a sense of achievement as I took those tentative steps. I remember one particular session where I managed to walk a few meters unassisted. The exhilaration I felt in that moment was indescribable. It was as if I had conquered a mountain. Mac, my rock, stood by me throughout this journey. His encouragement was a beacon of hope that illuminated my darkest days. He never wavered in his belief that I could achieve my goals, and his unwavering support provided me with the strength I needed to keep pushing forward. We often talked about our future together, sharing dreams and aspirations. His excitement about our upcoming wedding fueled my determination even more. As I reflected on Pierce's situation, I couldn't help but feel a pang of sympathy for him. He had faced a different set of challenges, one that I could only imagine. Life had dealt him a tough hand, and the road to recovery was fraught with obstacles. The irony of our circumstances was striking. While I fought to regain my independence, he struggled to find any semblance of a new life after his release. It served as a stark reminder that not everyone is given the same opportunities, and some are trapped in cycles of despair. I often wondered what might have happened if Pierce had received the support he needed. Perhaps he could have found a way to rebuild his life and create a better future for himself. But the harsh reality is that many people with disabilities face systemic barriers that make it incredibly difficult to thrive in society. The stigma surrounding their conditions can lead to isolation and hopelessness, much like what Pierce experienced. My heart ached for those who, like Pierce, fell back into old patterns because the world seemed unwelcoming. I wished there was something I could do to help, some way to break the cycle of despair that had ensnared so many individuals. It made me realize that my own journey, while fraught with difficulties, was not just about personal triumph. It was also about raising awareness and advocating for change. Through my progress, I wanted to inspire others to see that recovery is possible, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Every small step I took was a victory, not just for myself, but for everyone who faced similar battles. I dreamed of sharing my story, of being a voice for those who felt voiceless. It was a vision that propelled me through the toughest days of rehabilitation. As the wedding day approached, I focused on my goal with renewed vigor. I visualized myself walking down the aisle, the love and support of my family and friends surrounding me. I knew that every step I took would carry the weight of my journey, the struggles, the pain, the triumphs, and the unwavering love of Mac. It was a moment I longed for, one that represented not just a celebration of love, but a testament to resilience. With each passing day, I found strength in my progress, a glimmer of hope in the face of adversity. I knew that while I was making strides towards my dream, there were still many like Pierce who needed help and support. My resolve to advocate for change only grew stronger, and I vowed to not only fight for my own dreams, but for a future where others could have the opportunities they deserved. Don't act like you're my mother just because you're around. You were the one who moved my stuff without asking, right? This is exactly why I can't stand low-educated people like you. How can you be so dumb and still have the nerve to interfere? Ari, you can't just talk to me like that. This is out of control. You've been getting worse and worse with the way you treat me. I only organized your things because they were lying around in the living room. You didn't have to say all that. It wasn't a big deal. Don't you dare come into my room without permission, you trash. You're just a piece of garbage with a low education trying to play the role of my mom. Guess what? I'm in med school. You know, I'm a genius. And look at you. You're a total embarrassment. Ever since you got into medical school, you have really changed for the worse. You never used to talk like this. Does the fact that I didn't get a high education really bother you that much? Obviously. I'm in med school now, and you're a high school dropout. Having a mother who's uneducated is humiliating. I'd even ask Dad for a divorce, but he won't listen. He just won't go through with it. You've actually been asking him that? I had no idea. Didn't he tell you? Well, I'll make sure to tell him again. Having a high school dropout in the family of a med student? How embarrassing. I can't deal with it anymore. I don't even see you as family. You should come to terms with that too. Ari, you need to stop this. Your condescending attitude towards me is only going to come back to bite you someday. You'll regret it later, so you better watch your words. Huh? What's with that tone? I'm a med student. Do you seriously think a high school dropout like you can talk to me like that? Oh, wait. You probably don't even understand how ridiculous you sound because you're so dumb. Honestly, it's kind of pathetic. You've always been so miserable, getting looked down on and mocked by your own daughter. It's like you don't even have any human rights. I'm so glad I got my smarts from Dad and not from you. Well, I'm sure you are. Anyway, this conversation is pointless. If it bothers you so much, from now on you can clean up after yourself. I won't be doing it anymore. Richard, are you coming home tonight? We really need to sit down and have a proper conversation.
Huh? A conversation about what?
You know what I mean. It's about her.
Oh, that. Well, we'll talk when the time's right.
I am asking you to make time. And Ari's attitude toward me is getting worse. She's 20 years old now, but the way she speaks to me has only gotten more disrespectful. Don't you think it's about time we talked about our relationship? She needs to understand and behave accordingly.
Yeah, well, we'll get to it when the time comes. There's no rush.
And when exactly is that time going to be? From where I'm standing, it feels like you're just putting it off.
Oh, come on. Is it really that big of a deal?
What? What do you mean by that?
Of course Ari doesn't like you. You think her bad attitude is just her? Maybe you should consider how you treat her. And honestly, why does it even matter so much? You're not even her real mother.
I can't believe you'd say something like that at this point. After all I've done for you and her, you, of all people, should understand how I felt. And yet you throw this at me now?
Jane, calm down. She's 20 now, practically an adult. Let her figure it out. There's no need for us to have a big conversation. Everything's balanced just fine as it is. We should focus on our own lives now.
How can you say that when you barely even come home?
It's not like I'm out partying, it's work.
Work, huh? Do you really think I'm that clueless?
What are you talking about?
Be home early tomorrow. We have a lot to discuss. If you're not there, I'm done. Consider this your last chance. I was bored because there was no school today, so I cleaned up for you. Huh? You cleaned up the house? Oh, you didn't have to do that, but thank you for taking the time. You could have used your free time to study instead. Though, of course, I appreciate it. Aren't you misunderstanding something? Misunderstanding? What do you mean? I didn't clean up the house. I cleaned up your stuff. What do you mean by that? I've decided to kick you out for real. I mean, even after I graduate from medical school, you're still going to be a burden, aren't you? I can already see that future. So I thought I'd take measures now while I still can. I don't understand what you're saying at all. What are you talking about? When I start making money, you're definitely going to leech off me, right? I can't stand that. So I threw your stuff away. Get out. You threw away my things? To kick me out? That's right. So hurry up and leave, you low-educated woman. I'll convince Dad. Don't worry about him. You're a useless existence. Haven't you realized that by now? No one needs you. You're a middle school dropout, a piece of trash. I didn't expect you to go that far. Did you really throw away my things without my permission? Well, I sold the stuff that could be sold. Most of it I threw away. You sold and threw away my things without feeling any guilt? You always moved my stuff around without permission. What's the difference? I never threw away anything without asking. I always checked with you, didn't I? Well, that doesn't matter anymore, does it? There's no place for you in this house anymore. Get out, you disgraceful dropout hag. I'm shocked. I never thought you'd go this far. I've had enough. I can't think of you as my daughter anymore. Huh? If you've had enough, then hurry up and leave. Anyway, I am changing the locks soon, so you won't be able to get back in. You're a parasite leeching off me and Dad. It's time for you to disappear. I mean, don't you understand the difference between us? You're not fit to be my mother. It's unbelievable that someone who is a middle school dropout would try to act like the mother of someone like me, a medical student. Stop pretending to be my mother, you low-educated loser. Get out of here already. Well, I'm not your real mother anyway. What? I've had enough. I am tired of dealing with this nonsense. I think that you're old enough to understand now, so I'll be clear. Ari, you're not my real daughter. You're your father's child from his previous marriage. What the hell are you talking about? I've never heard anything like that. Of course you haven't. Your father and I never told you, and you were too young to remember. Even before your biological mother left, she wasn't really around much, from what I've heard. Your father took care of you, but you were too little to remember those days, right? Now that you mention it, maybe, but that doesn't change the fact that you've been my mother all these years, does it? Don't say such ridiculous things. Oh? You've been looking down on me all this time, but now that you know I'm not your real mother, you're sad? No, I never said that. Don't get the wrong idea. If you're not my real mother, I'm thrilled. I never wanted you to act like my mother in the first place, so this is perfect. Now, will you get out of my life? I don't need you to tell me twice. I've taken care of you for over 10 years, so I did have some affection for you. But your rebellious phase, or should I say your defiance towards me, it's been going on for so long. And after pulling a stunt like this, whatever affection I had for you is gone. I was planning to divorce Richard anyway, so this is the end for me. I wasn't going to cut ties with you completely, but it seems you want that too, so I guess this is the right time. So, you're finally agreeing to the divorce? Good riddance! My real mother must be completely different from you. You're just a lowly middle school dropout. Yes, your real mother is quite different from me. Why don't you ask your father? I hear he's been seeing her again lately. Huh? Really? Why didn't anyone tell me? I would have been thrilled to know my real mom was around. Well, I'm leaving now, so why don't you invite your real mom over and live together? Go ahead. But don't forget, you still owe me for the tuition. Tuition? What are you talking about? I've been paying your tuition. Richard, as a contract worker, couldn't afford to send you to medical school. You've only been able to attend university thanks to me. And yet this is how you repay me. Repay you? You think I'm going to rely on you? You're just saying whatever comes to your mind because you've lost. Good. Now don't ever come back to this house again. I'm going to live happily with Dad and my real mom. Well, I hope that works out for you. Goodbye, then. Thank you for the last 15 years, though I don't feel any gratitude. Mom, help me. Excuse me, I don't have a daughter. Please don't say that and abandon me. I've heard the whole story. This can't be happening. You're my mother, aren't you? You raised me for 15 years and now you're going to throw me away like this? What are you talking about? You're the one who wanted to cut ties with me and kick me out, remember? And besides, I'm not your real mother, so I don't see why we need to stay involved with each other. Isn't this what you wanted? I never imagined things would turn out like this. Dad says he doesn't have any savings at all. And because I kicked you out, we have to pay you alimony on top of everything else. There is no way we can afford tuition. You've hardly ever called me Mom, and now you want to? Isn't it a bit convenient for you to call me that only when you're in trouble? I'm no longer your mother, and I was never your real mother to begin with. Stop being so familiar. We're strangers now. Wait, please don't cut me off like that. I'm in real trouble here. You got what you wanted, didn't you? I'm gone, and your real mother is back in your life. So what do you need me for? Enjoy your reunion with her. I'm sure you'll have a lovely time. No, I haven't seen her in over 15 years, and I barely remembered her face. She sold all my precious things, my furniture and appliances. And when I told her I'm in medical school, she said I'd have to support her for the rest of her life. That's not how I thought things would turn out. You were convinced I'd mooch off you, weren't you? Now you're just being mooched off by your real mother instead. This is not what I wanted. I did this because I thought it would make Dad happy. What are you even saying now? I don't know what you were thinking, but in the end, this was your decision. Richard and I were planning to divorce anyway, but I was willing to keep supporting you, you know. I just don't feel that way anymore, and that's entirely because of you. There's no way I'm paying for anything for you again. I'll also be collecting the money I loaned for your tuition. I'm so glad I had a lawyer draft up those loan papers. Wait, you're serious? Even though you raised me as your daughter, you're really going to make me pay you back? I can understand taking money from Dad, but from me too? Are you even listening to yourself? You are 20 years old. You're old enough to take responsibility for your own actions. And you need to start doing that. Your real mother has always been irresponsible with money, and your father lost everything because of her. That's why she left him in the first place, leaving him in ruins. I met him after that, and I agreed to raise you. I even paid for your schooling. And now, after you've thrown me out of my own home, you want to come crawling back? I'm done with this conversation. Don't contact me again. Wait, no, don't hang up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't abandon me like this. I have no one else I can turn to. I think we're done here. Goodbye.
Jane, please, can you come back? I never expected things to escalate like this. That woman, she ended up selling off all our furniture and appliances for cash and just disappeared. I never wanted it to come to this point. You were the only one I could truly rely on. It felt like my world collapsed the moment she walked out. Ari is also deeply remorseful for her actions. She's genuinely sorry for what has transpired. Please come back to us. The house feels empty without you. Your presence is a pillar of strength for Ari and me. We need you more than ever right now.
Are you out of your mind? Don't you feel any remorse for Ari? You need to get it together. You are all alone now. Do you realize that? You can't keep making the same mistakes and failing to properly care for your daughter. I have no intention of helping you anymore, and I'll make sure to recover every cent. Perhaps this will be a lesson in life for you. It's heartbreaking to see a father like you unable to take responsibility for his actions, especially when your daughter is suffering. She is 20 years old now. It's time to start acting like it. I am done getting involved in this mess.
But everything happened so suddenly.
From my perspective, nothing happened suddenly. I've been trying to discuss this for a long time, haven't I? You're the one who refused to engage in those conversations. I even gave you a final chance to step up, but you didn't show up. Our relationship has been strained for months, if not years. We've been drifting apart, and this crisis was sadly inevitable. It's painful to admit, but I couldn't continue living in denial.
I know, but...
You're right. I've been lenient for far too long. I don't think there's anything left to salvage now. Instead of blaming your daughter for this situation, maybe you should reflect on yourself and your decisions. It's time for you to become a better father. Ari needed your guidance and support, but you weren't there when she needed you the most. It's not too late to make amends, but it requires genuine effort and a commitment to change.
Jane, I'm truly sorry. You're right. I now see that I haven't been a good husband at all, and I deeply regret that. It's hard to accept, but I need to acknowledge my faults. I've let you down and failed to support you and our family when it mattered the most. I can't even begin to express how much remorse I feel. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn back your trust and support. Please, give me another chance to prove myself. I promise to be a better husband and father from now on.
That's enough. From now on, focus on Ari. Be there for her.
Please, try to understand my position. I know things seem bleak, but I want to make things right. Let's work together for the sake of our daughter. We can't let her suffer because of our mistakes. I know I'm asking for a lot, but I promise to do better. I want to be the father Ari deserves. She deserves a stable and loving environment, and I'm committed to providing that for her. Let's put aside our differences and prioritize Ari's well-being above everything else.
Goodbye. I hope you can support Ari. Farewell for now. Take care.
So, this is it for us then. I hope you deeply contemplate everything that has happened. I wish you the best, and I genuinely hope you find a way to set things right. I'll always cherish the good times we shared, but now I must prioritize my daughter's well-being. I hope you can understand that. Take care of yourself, Jane. I hope you find peace and happiness in your life. Farewell for now, and perhaps someday we'll find a way to reconcile and move forward together.
I've finalized my divorce from Richard, and he has agreed to pay me alimony. It feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. The journey to this point was not an easy one. It was filled with moments of deep reflection, emotional turmoil, and tough decisions. The decision of divorce was not made lightly. It came after months, if not years, of grappling with the realities of our relationship, questioning whether there was a way to salvage what had once felt like a beautiful partnership. The initial realization that my marriage was headed towards its conclusion was jarring. I remember sitting in our living room, surrounded by the echoes of laughter and love that had once filled the space, but now felt like a distant memory. My heart felt heavy as I thought about how much had changed. It was a mix of relief and sorrow, as I knew deep down that ending the marriage was the right choice for my mental and emotional well-being. Yet I mourned the loss of what could have been. Once I made the decision to file for divorce, I found myself grappling with a whirlwind of emotions. There were nights when I would lie awake, replaying memories in my mind. Our first date, the promises we made to each other, the plans we had for the future. I questioned whether I had made the right choice. Doubt crept in, whispering that perhaps there was still a chance for reconciliation. However, as the days turned into weeks, it became increasingly clear to me that the cycle of hurt and disappointment was not something I wanted to continue. Staying in a relationship that no longer brought me joy would only lead to further heartache. Thanks to the support of my lawyer, it seems that I will be able to avoid any further involvement in this situation. When I initially sought legal counsel, I was filled with apprehension. The thought of navigating the complexities of divorce law felt overwhelming, but my lawyer quickly became a source of strength during this tumultuous time. They patiently guided me through the intricacies of the legal process, ensuring that I understood my rights and options. Our meetings were often long, but they provided a safe space for me to voice my fears and uncertainties. My lawyer's unwavering support helped me find clarity amidst the chaos. I vividly recall one particular meeting where I expressed my concerns about financial stability after the divorce. My lawyer listened attentively and then assured me that we would work together to secure a fair settlement. Their words provided a glimmer of hope, and I began to realize that I could take control of my life moving forward. After that, 6 months passed, and I suddenly received a message from Ari. The sudden influx of emotions upon seeing Ari's name on my phone was unexpected. I hadn't heard from them in a while, and our connection had become strained during the final months of my marriage. I felt a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, uncertain of how our conversation might unfold. According to Ari, Richard has begun to reflect on his actions and has started looking for a full-time job. The revelation startled me. I had often wondered whether Richard would ever take responsibility for his life. For so long he had struggled with commitment, not just in our relationship, but in various aspects of his life. The idea that he was finally considering taking steps towards responsibility felt foreign, yet intriguing. Could it be that this time he was genuinely seeking to better himself? Although he can no longer afford to attend university due to his financial situation, he is taking the time to reconsider what he truly wants to do with his life. This was significant for Richard, and I could only hope that he would find a direction that brought him fulfillment. Reflecting on our past, I remembered the conversations we had shared about dreams and aspirations. We had often discussed our hopes for the future, and I wanted to believe that he was finally ready to pursue his passions. Ari also mentioned that they themselves have started working to save money for school, aiming to enroll in a school that aligns with their interests. Hearing this about Ari filled me with a sense of pride. I had always admired their creativity and ambition. It was inspiring to know that they were taking charge of their future, especially in light of the challenges we had faced together. Our friendship had experienced its own share of ups and downs, and I couldn't help but feel grateful that Ari was making strides towards their goals. Ari expressed a desire to meet up, but I turned them down. The thought of meeting stirred a conflict within me. While I missed our friendship, I was acutely aware of the need to protect my newfound independence. The journey to reclaim my life had been a hard-fought battle, and I didn't want to jeopardize the progress I had made. I didn't want to interfere with Ari's newfound independence. They were on a path of self-discovery, and I wanted to support that without becoming a hindrance. I also felt a sense of anxiety about possibly repeating the same patterns as before. The memories of our past were intertwined with feelings of regret and confusion, and the idea of rekindling our friendship filled me with trepidation. I had spent months healing from the emotional scars of my marriage, and the prospect of diving back into a complicated friendship felt overwhelming. I didn't want to risk the stability I had fought so hard to achieve. Even now, I occasionally receive messages from them, but our conversations are superficial and polite. This arrangement has allowed us to maintain a connection without delving into the complexities of our shared history. Each message feels like a thread that keeps us linked but not entangled. Both Richard and Ari have settled their debts, including the alimony, and have distanced themselves from me. This newfound distance brought a measure of peace. It allowed me to focus on building my life without the burden of unresolved issues hanging over my head. Sometimes I think about what might have happened if we had had more time. I find myself lost in thought, wondering about the possibilities. Would things have turned out differently if we had communicated better? If Richard had been more open to addressing the issues that plagued our relationship, could we have found a way to make it work? These questions swirl in my mind, and while I acknowledge their validity, I remind myself that dwelling on the past won't change the present. Perhaps the outcome could have been different. I often reflect on the moments leading up to the divorce, the late-night arguments, the misunderstandings, the feelings of isolation that had seeped into our daily lives. It was a challenging journey, but I also recognize the strength I gained from those experiences. Each setback has been a lesson, and I was determined to learn from them, to evolve as a person and to emerge stronger than before. Well, I am currently satisfied with my life, so I don't really have any complaints. I've embraced my independence and am actively working toward my goals. The sense of liberation I feel is exhilarating. I can finally breathe without the constraints of my past relationship weighing me down. I've begun to explore new opportunities, and I'm committed to nurturing my personal growth. One of the things I've started doing is taking art classes, something I had always dreamed of but had pushed aside during my marriage. Art has always been a passion of mine, and the thought of rediscovering that part of myself filled me with excitement. Creating has become a source of solace for me. I spend hours experimenting with colors, shapes, and ideas on canvas, allowing my emotions to flow freely. Each stroke of the brush feels like a release, a way to channel my experiences into doing something beautiful and meaningful. In these classes, I have found a supportive community of fellow artists who share my enthusiasm. We gather to create, share our work, and provide constructive feedback to one another. It's refreshing to be in an environment where creativity thrives, and where I feel inspired to push my artistic boundaries. My instructor encourages us to find our unique voices and to express our individuality through our art. This encouragement has been invaluable as I work to hone my skills and build confidence in my abilities. The weight of my past is gradually lifting, and I am excited about the possibilities that lie ahead. I've also begun volunteering at a local community center, helping children with art projects. It's incredibly rewarding to witness their creativity unfold and to be part of their journey. In these moments, I realize how far I've come and how the power of connection can create lasting positive change, both for myself and for others. The joy I feel when I see a child's face light up as they create something new is immeasurable. These experiences have reinforced my belief in the importance of fostering creativity in young minds. I am committed to being a positive influence in their lives, encouraging them to explore their artistic potential and express themselves freely. As I immerse myself in these new experiences, I also find myself reflecting on the lessons I've learned from my past. The journey of healing is ongoing, and I understand that it is normal to experience ups and downs. There are days when I feel strong and empowered, and then there are moments when I am reminded of the pain I endured. However, I have learned to embrace these feelings, acknowledging that they are a part of my growth. While I continue to navigate this chapter of my life, I am hopeful for the future. I recognize that healing takes time and am committed to taking the necessary steps to create fulfilling and meaningful life. My journey is just beginning, and I am eager to see where it leads me. I know that there will be challenges ahead, but I am ready to face them head on. Reflecting on my past relationships and the lessons I've learned, I've also started journaling. Writing has become a therapeutic outlet for me, a way to process my thoughts and emotions in a constructive manner. Each entry serves as a snapshot of my experiences, my growth, and my evolving identity. Through writing, I found clarity and understanding, and it has empowered me to embrace my story without shame or regret. As I look forward, I have set goals for myself, both personal and professional. I am determined to pursue my passions wholeheartedly. The freedom I've gained from my divorce has ignited a fire within me, pushing me to strive for a life that reflects my values and aspirations. I have dreams of starting my own art studio, a place where creativity flourishes, and people can come together to explore their artistic potential. This vision fills me with excitement and motivates me to work diligently toward making it a reality. In my moments of solitude, I find solace in nature. Long walks in the park allow me to connect with the world around me and to appreciate the beauty and simplicity. Each rustling leaf, each gentle breeze serves as a reminder of the impermanence of life and the importance of cherishing each moment. I've started practicing mindfulness, focusing on the present rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. This practice has helped me cultivate a sense of peace and gratitude. I also reconnected with old friends who had faded from my life during my marriage. Rebuilding these friendships has been incredibly rewarding, allowing me to create a support system that uplifts and encourages me. It's refreshing to be surrounded by people who genuinely care for my well-being and share in my journey of self-discovery. Each gathering, each conversation reminds me of the joy that comes from meaningful connections. Each day feels like a new beginning, a chance to redefine who I am. I've learned to embrace the uncertainty of life, knowing that growth often stems from discomfort. As I navigate this path, I find strength in vulnerability, understanding that opening myself up to new experiences can lead to profound personal transformation. While I may not have all the answers, I am learning to trust in the process and to believe in myself. Life is a tapestry woven with countless threads, each representing a different experience, a lesson learned, or a connection made. As I embrace my new chapter, I am excited to see how these threads intertwine, creating a vibrant and meaningful narrative. In conclusion, I am grateful for the journey that has brought me here, the struggles, the heartaches, and the moments of joy that have all played a role in shaping who I am today. I look forward to the adventures that lie ahead, ready to embrace whatever comes my way with open arms. This is just the beginning of a new chapter, and I am eager to write my story, one filled with resilience, hope, and the promise of a brighter future. As I continue on this journey, I know that there will be moments of doubt and uncertainty. Life can be unpredictable, and there may be challenges that I cannot foresee. However, I have faith in my ability to adapt and overcome obstacles. Each step I take, no matter how small, brings me closer to my goals. I have begun to set aside time for self-care, recognizing the importance of nurturing my mental and emotional well-being. Whether it's curling up with a good book, enjoying a warm bath, or practicing yoga, I prioritize activities that bring me joy and tranquility. This commitment to self-care has been instrumental in maintaining my balance and grounding me during turbulent times. I also find joy in exploring new hobbies. In addition to painting, I've taken up gardening. There's something incredibly fulfilling about nurturing plants and watching them flourish. It serves as a beautiful metaphor for my own journey of growth and renewal. Each seed I plant represents the hope for new beginnings, and with care and attention, I witness the transformation as they bloom. I often find myself reflecting on the lessons I've learned throughout my experiences. The divorce, while painful, has ultimately led me to a place of self-discovery. I've learned the importance of boundaries, valuing my own needs, and prioritizing my happiness. These insights have become guiding principles as I navigate my new life. As I forge ahead, I remain open to the possibility of new relationships. While I'm not actively seeking a romantic partner, I am learning to embrace the idea that love can manifest in various forms. I value the friendships I've cultivated and am excited about the potential for deeper connections. I understand that love does not have to be confined to traditional norms. It can be found in the camaraderie of friends, the bonds with family, and even in the connections I build within my artistic community. In the meantime, I focus on my personal growth and the pursuit of my passions. Each day presents an opportunity to learn something new, to challenge myself, and to expand my horizons. I set small, achievable goals that keep me motivated and excited about the future. Whether it's completing a painting, mastering a new technique, or reaching out to someone new, I take pride in each accomplishment. Krista, why are you not willing to take this old bag in for us? We only just got married over here, right? Don't you think it's better if you take her and look after her instead of the two of us newlyweds?
Betty, it's been a while. When you said old bag, were you actually referring to my mom?
Who else would I be giving that well-deserved title to? I want you to take over handling this stingy and annoying old freak for us.
Could you stop it with all that horrible name-calling, please? She is my mom, okay?
I could care less about that, Christina. I'm only calling her by who she really is, right? A moneyless old bag. If you don't come over here to get her real soon, I'll have to kick her out of our house.
Betty, are you aware that it is my mom who has been asking to come and live with my older brother? And it's not just her that wants it, but my older brother as well. So you talking about her in that way seems to be you not showing any respect for our family. Is that right? Calling her things like annoying and poor are sorts of things that will make her really upset and might push her to becoming more distant from you.
I'm sure you just want to think of her in the nicest possible way because she was the only person that parented you. But to me, someone who was raised in a family with loads of money, all I can think of her as is a moneyless bag. I feel bad for the poor broad, but having to put up with her is driving me nuts.
You actually feel bad for her? From the way you keep talking about her, I'm not seeing any part of you that actually cares enough about her to be saying such things. It's making me sad to hear all this from you. What about my mom has made you so upset with her that you'd say such rude things?
That old bag is terrible at cooking decent meals for us.
What?
The only thing she can make well is bad food. And when it comes to the clothing she wears, it all looks like secondhand clothing bought at some Salvation Army. Just looking at her style makes me want to vomit.
You're making my mom cook while she's over there? Are you kidding me?
What are you trying to get at? Of course she is. We are the ones allowing her to live here with us, so the least she can do is cook.
No, I feel that if anything, you should be the one cooking for her.
And just be aware that I know about how your whole family has zero spending money because you all had to be raised by a single mother. I feel that just because you don't have the money to support her poor butt, you shouldn't be forcing someone like myself and your older brother to. Especially when just a bit ago, Zach was able to get into a great company. If we didn't have this old worthless bag over here, then we'd have enough money to do all sorts of things we want.
If you have the time to talk trash about my mom behind her back, then how about you go talk to my brother about her instead of me?
Huh? What are you saying? Right now, Zach and I are doing so well together. I have no need for you to tell me how to work my relationship with him.
Well, I'm not trying to control what you both do in your relationship, and if you really are doing well together, that's good to hear. But the way you're talking about my mom right now is not acceptable. You sitting there texting me all these complaints you have about her is not acceptable either, and I will not let you say anything more to me. If you really don't want my mom living over there with you guys anymore, then go tell that to my brother's face, please. Tell me, why are you not able to do that if things between you two are going so well?
Right now, Zach is really happy, believing that I'm great taking care of his mom for him. He buys me all sorts of brand bags and things like that to repay me for it. That's why I'm asking you to take care of this old bag for me. If he were to find out something like me kicking her out, then this whole awesome relationship we have would fall apart.
So this all has to do with you getting the things you want without having to make any sacrifices, huh? Understood. But this is not something I can do anything about. If you really want her to stop living there with you, go talk to your husband about it. And actually, you should really be talking with my mom about this so you can understand her side of the story. I think that she can explain to you that she's not the kind of person you think she is.
I don't get what you're on about. If you don't let me continue having a great relationship with your brother, I'm going to make both you and your mother pay for it.
And if you think that's such a good idea, then I'll make sure you pay for your actions tenfold. Goodbye now.
Krista, that hurricane today was insane, right? There was something funny about it all, though. Would you like to hear about it?
Something funny about it? Well, I'm sure whatever this something may be, it won't come without a price, right?
In the middle of the night, while the hurricane was raging, I sent that moneyless old hag outside. And now this place is all mine. That's why I said before that you should have hurried up and came and gotten that grandma. I wonder how things are going for her now.
You are the worst. That house is supposed to be like a home to my mom. But you took it from her without even asking.
I'm telling you right now that you need to take care of that moneyless old bag, all right? You and her can get along, both agreeing on things like not having any money or time to have fun.
I can see you're having a ball saying all that stuff about her, but if my brother were to find out about this, what do you think might happen?
You go ahead and let him know what happened, all right? Tell him that it wasn't my fault and that your mom chose to leave the house all by herself in the middle of the night. Make sure you tell her exactly what I said, word for word. You wouldn't want to ruin the most amazing relationship your older brother has with me, right? We have no need for someone in this house who doesn't have any money to share. I wanted this house for myself, so I tossed your mom out into the hurricane to find her way somewhere else.
If you're talking about my mom as though she's lost out there, you have it all wrong. She's with my brother and I at her condo.
What?
You are really the most stupid woman in Florida.
What do you mean by that? What's going on here? What condo are you talking about?
My mom happens to have a condo that she frequents every so often. And soon Zach will be coming back here as well.
Huh? A condo? I don't get it. Have you completely lost your mind now, too?
Ah, that's right. You probably never knew about the condo she holds on to, right? Well, it so happens that my mom has a lot of properties that you probably know nothing about. And to be honest, she's come from a life of fortune that probably even you could never fathom. That's how rich my mom is.
What? She has a lot of properties. What? I have no idea what you're trying to talk to me about right now.
I'm sure you don't, and I'm sorry about that. Lowlifes like you wouldn't have the mental capacity to understand what it's like being rich, right? I'm sure this is all a bit too difficult for you. Well, you not being able to understand what it's like to have money is none of my problem.
Wait, can you please explain this in a way I can understand? Tell me what the hell has happened.
My mom was only living in that house with you two because she wanted to live with my brother. But she was kicked out of that house last night, and so she invited me to come out and live with her for a while at her condo.
I never heard about her owning any condos.
And I can see that now. But we never told you about them in the first place. We didn't want you getting all nervous about my mom having all that money and all her properties. So we decided to make things more comfortable for you by not saying anything about it. We just wanted to make it seem simple, and that's why we said my brother wanted her to come live with them, and she wanted to live with him as well. And she was hoping to have a close relationship with you as well there. But instead, it turns out that you're a terrible person, and because of that, you made yourself look bad in front of her. All she was trying to do was make things less complicated for you. Yet you took all that the wrong way and forced her out.
Make things less complicated for me? What does that even mean?
You can think about that one yourself. But in the end, you kicked her out of the house in the middle of a hurricane. And I went there to get her with my car, and we both went back to her condo and are having a party right now to celebrate being free from you. All our family and friends are here too, having a wonderful time, so please don't come over ruining it for us. And you don't have to worry about her anymore, because she's already made it clear to us that she'll never live around you again.
What the heck? Are you for real? Your mom had a condo and you're all partying right now? This all makes zero sense to me, but you're telling me that an old hag like her that buys clothing from a secondhand store has all that?
She was only wearing that clothing to make you feel better around her. You really should be thankful that she did that for you.
So you're telling me that your mom really has a lot of money, right? Yet she just acted like she was poor while she lived with us?
It's not like she was trying to lie to you or anything. She just didn't want to stress you with thinking that she required more from you than you could give.
Are you trying to say that I'm poor or something?
I'm not trying to say it all that straight, but well, if you compare your life with the one my mom lives, you are pretty poor. But even after my mom tried to be nice to you by not acting all rich and snobby, you still acted out and treated her like she was the poor one, which we all understand very well now.
Huh? No. Wait a second. If you're really telling the truth about her having lots of money, then this is a totally different story. I didn't know at the time that she had all that money and all those properties under her name. I was just being fair with her by saying that she was a poor old bag because of the way she dressed and acted.
And that right there was way too thoughtless of you. Her being poor and without a lot of money didn't have anything to do with you being her daughter-in-law. She just wanted things to be about being a family, and that's it. She really wanted to become good family with you, and that was her only goal. However, instead of becoming friends with you, all she received was earfuls of you calling her horrible things all the time.
Wait, that wasn't what I had planned on doing.
Well, at this point, we are all aware that you're not the kind of person who is willing to be open-minded towards others. And since my mom is the most aware of that, she no longer needs to be around you. So with all that being said, we'd like you out of that house.
Huh? Why would I be the one to leave this house now? This is supposed to be our house.
Come on! You understand by now that you have no right to that house now, right? My brother will most likely be talking to you about this later, but that house is under my mom's name.
Huh? Are you sure?
So you really didn't know about that either then? My mom didn't want to say anything to you because all you do is talk trash about her. Either way, my mom was letting the two of you live in that house as a present from her for your wedding.
Huh? I didn't know anything about that either. I just assumed that Zach had bought this place with his own money.
My brother only just got his first job working full-time. So do you really think he'd have the ability to afford a place like that? I'm just saying that place is not yours to live in, and so my mom will have you kicked out of there very soon if you don't leave willingly. She had hopes of one day giving that place to you guys and having her name removed, but I don't think she will be doing that for either of you guys now.
She won't give us this house? Huh?
She's telling me that as long as you're with my brother, she's not even going to continue to help him with the loan.
Huh? Loan?
Well, like I said, my brother only just started his first full-time job, and so he doesn't have the income to get his own loan yet. So in order to help him have a house for the two of you, or I suppose three of you could live in, she got a loan and helps him pay it off with some of her wealth.
I didn't even know about that part. What does all of this mean then? Are you trying to say that he doesn't have the income right now to afford the place?
Well, like I've said, he's very fresh to this world of business and working. You really had no clue about anything regarding him, huh? Honestly, I'm sure you were told all of this before, but you didn't want to understand it, so you just ended up ignoring him, right?
If his mom ends up stopping the help with that loan, what'll happen to us?
Well, you both will no longer be able to pay it off in time, and things will begin to fall apart there, right? She really tried her best to give Zach everything as well. But it's all because of his own wife that your lives will fall apart.
Krista? This time was a little... Well, this time I was just a little confused about things, and I'm sorry if that hurts you in any way. But right now, I understand everything completely, all right? So can we get back to becoming a happy family together again, right?
Get back to?
Can you tell your mom that she's allowed to come back home to our house now? Actually, let her know that I'll be coming to her condo. I think I should get some things together now to spend the night there, right? I'm sure you're all fine now with me coming to that party, right?
Really? Nice joke, Betty. You almost had me believing all of that as well for a bit.
Huh? Why are you saying that?
It's a little too late for you to act all happy and upbeat about what's happened. Mom has already told us she no longer wants to have any ties to you. And I thought that was implied by everything I was telling you this whole time. There is no longer going to be a day where she wants to be in your company. Honestly, you'll never even be hearing from her again, Betty.
What? Hold on, okay? So, does this really mean I'm going to have to leave this house? If I get tossed out of here, I'll be in real trouble. And if she were to cause some kind of trouble for Zach, do you know what that might do to our marriage?
That's not something I care about. This is all because of the way you treated my mom, right? To break it to you in the most straight way possible, the way you've acted has made an enemy of my mom. And I had warned you of that sooner, right? I asked that you no longer talk poorly of my mom and maybe go chat with her about all your complaints.
Then you should have just told me about all of this instead of letting me continue.
Huh? I'm not your freaking parent.
But you could have at least told me she was loaded, and then none of this would have happened. I would have never said anything bad about her after that, and we could all be living our dreams right now.
The fact that you only change your attitude from good to bad based on someone else's money shows me that you're just the scummiest person on the planet. You think I want you to be around my mom when you're that kind of monster?
Krista, this is getting really bad. I'm getting call after call from Zach right now. Does he already know about what happened to your mom?
Well, he just arrived a couple of minutes ago and my mom explained everything to him. He became very, very red in the face, and then stormed upstairs saying he'd give you a call.
You're lying, right? That means I'm completely screwed now.
Exactly. You always liked making everyone else have to deal with your crap. But it seems this time all that crap is coming for you. Well, that's all I have to say about things. You are done for, Betty. Now, I'd answer the next call from him if I were you. The woman that you kept calling a moneyless old bag? Well, that's going to be you in the next 10 years or so. You idiot! In the end, Zach found out all about the things that Betty had been up to and told her that he wanted a divorce. He also told her that his mom would have the house sold back to the bank and that they'd all be moving out, so she had no choice but to leave. Betty tried going to her mother-in-law about all of this and begged for forgiveness, but everyone in the family had had enough of her and ignored all her pleas. Betty ended up kicked out of the house by the bank and was not able to go back home to her parents, which cut ties to her, leaving her to live life on the road. Had she only been a bit nicer to those she knew little about, she'd be having the time of her life, living with enough money to keep her entertained. Even Krista's mom was thinking so much about becoming close to her daughter-in-law that she was getting ready to give them one of her condos as a place to spend their time off. But that idea was quickly crushed by Betty being such a miserable person. I guess it's a good thing this all happened to my mom, because we learned far sooner that Betty was nothing more than a self-centered child deep inside, and that a condo wouldn't fit that kind of personality. Now, Betty is stuck working as a factory worker, breaking down tuna and canning them, all for minimum wage at around 60 hours per week. She does this from sunrise to sunset, all while thinking about how badly she screwed up by acting like a complete child to her in-laws. I'm sure it's really tough for her now, but this is what she deserves to help her realize to be nice to strangers. As for the rest of the family, they have all gone back to living their lives as normal. Krista is back at her place getting back to work and living her life as she always has, and Zach has gone back with his mom to her condo with all his and her things to live there for a while until he has enough money saved up for his own house. I feel bad that this all happened to Zach, really, as he didn't do anything wrong to deserve losing the gift that his mother gave him. But I'm sure that somewhere down the line she'll be willing to help him again with another gift.